And the recent temperatures forced the local ski hill to postpone opening day.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 6. I'm Ken Kozarowski. Emily Brown will join us momentarily. We are learning more details about a fatal stabbing Tuesday on La Crosse's south side. 50-year-old Brian Smith is in jail accused of first-degree intentional homicide. Per the criminal complaint, Smith called county dispatch Tuesday night and admitted to stabbing someone he said was blackout drunk. Responding officers found a man face down in the apartment building with 45 stab wounds. Smith says he acted in self-defense because he thought the victim was going to kill him first.
Well, we definitely had a mild day, but that's unfortunately going to come to an end because we're going to have colder temperatures, actually more seasonal conditions coming here soon. But overall, if you look outside, these were the highs. Once again, 54, we got up there, not quite up to the 50-degree mark in Eau Claire, but all in all, quite warm, even 57 in Boscobel. Once again, if you look at the bigger picture, you can kind of see where that cold front is up to the northwest. We do have some cooler air or colder air coming, but ahead of it still, we got that cold front, one that came through here, but we do have some precipitation beginning to lift north. One of that is out of Iowa, and then the snow that's going to be a factor for Saturday as well back into the Dakotas right now as we zoom in. Right now we're just seeing increasing cloud cover. All that rain that we're trying to prog later in the night is actually still well to the west. So for the evening hours, we shouldn't see any of that all the way till after midnight for La Crosse. Once again, cloud cover still mild, still 40 degrees out. So that's still the good news. In Eau Claire, we'll see off and on cloud cover getting back down just to the upper 30s. So still a mild evening in store. Later on, we'll break down when to expect some of that rain, and we do have some winter weather alerts to the west with the snow. We'll kind of show you what that means for our weather coming up Saturday and Sunday and how the temperatures look next week, which if you want cold and snow, we got a little bit, but not a lot.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you, Greg.
Thank you, Greg. Well, with colder temperatures approaching the Coulee region, many folks are getting ready to spend the day with friends and family at Mount La Crosse, but they're going to have to wait a little bit longer for opening day.
Yeah, a little bit. News 8 Now's Michael Germain joining us from Mount La Crosse. He's got more on when folks can expect the ski area to open. Good evening, Michael.
Good evening. Many people expected Mount La Crosse to open its doors sometime this week, but with the new addition of their snowmaking machines, they'll be opening their doors sooner rather than later.
Well, obviously the temperatures are just a little warmer than what we'll need for opening day.
Since the weather has warmed up over the past few weeks, staff members will be working around the clock to get more snow on the mountain.
So we've just decided to wait a little bit longer. It looks like some more snowmaking weather is coming early next week.
Staff members typically wait until temperatures are in the 20s with low humidity to make snow.
Ironically, when it's snowing, it's not the best snowmaking weather, but it looks like we've got some dry, cold temperatures coming in early next week, so we should be able to get some more snow made and get things going for the season finally.
The mountain is expected to open on December 14th, and manager Darcy Bridle says she is not concerned about opening later than expected.
We're not too nervous yet, but we are very excited to get open. There's a lot of energy and pent-up excitement for people to see some of the updates we've got for this season.
One of those updates is their new and improved snowmaking machines.
We're using the same amount of water we have had, but our pumping capacity is basically double, so it's just going to get done in a shorter amount of time.
In preparation for opening day, Barney says their main priority is making as much snow as possible.
The snowmaking is kind of the biggest part. Without the weather, of course, we can't make the snow.
Now, Mount La Crosse will be opening its doors on Thursday, December 14th, and you can purchase a season pass or tickets online on their website. Reporting from Mount La Crosse, Michael Germain,
Well,
News 8 Now.
All right.
Ken and Emily, back to you.
You're ready, Michael. I for sure am ready to hit the slopes.
I guess so.
Yeah.
They should have fired up the ski lift for him.
Yeah, just a little bit. Get him moving a bit.
Get a little live shot going uphill.
Right.
Well, students at Winona State University are ringing the commencement bell. Graduation ceremonies held today, hey-o, for students who earned enough credits to graduate early. There were two commencement ceremonies today. The first for the colleges of Business, Liberal Arts, and Science and Engineering. And the second ceremony was for the colleges of Education and Nursing and Health Sciences. About 500 students graduated in today's ceremonies.
A bipartisan group of senators has unveiled a live ticketing reform bill aimed at bots and resellers. It seeks to make the lives of sports fans and concert goers easier. This comes a year after Taylor Swift ticket sales were massively disrupted by a technical fiasco at Ticketmaster. The legislation is called the Fans First Act. It proposes new restrictions on ticket resellers and ramps up protections against online bots that snatch tickets from real fans. The bill would also force ticket sellers to display all-in pricing in their listings, including fees. But by focusing on the behaviors of ticket resellers and bots, the bill appears to give a pass to dominant first-party sellers like Ticketmaster. Ticketmaster's parent company, Live Nation, endorsed the bill on Friday. Well, social media posts targeting La Crosse area buildings are not credible threats. That's according to the La Crosse Police Department. La Crosse and La Crescent police say they're investigating a number of Facebook posts that were concerning or threatening in nature. Police say the person who wrote them is more than 600 miles away. The posts surfacing online this morning led to one child care center closing early. Again, police do not believe the posts are a credible threat. Well, coming up next, the war in Gaza continues during the beginning of Hanukkah, as the United States is pushing for another humanitarian pause.
And Hunter Biden, the son of the president, being indicted on 9 charges involving taxes. We'll have the latest after the break.
Attention. Have you or a loved one been seriously, forget that. Let's do this Nicolay Law style and give the people what they want. It's Nicolay.
Blain's Farm & Fleet's Christmas sale is going on now. We're your one-stop shop for the holidays with unbeatable deals on all your festive favorites. Like assorted Blain's brand baking ingredients, 20% off. Special buy printed or solid throws, $12.99. This Blain's shop stool, only $99.99. And this 25-piece Craftsman screwdriver set, just $29.99. Plus, now through Saturday, Rewards members get a free $10 gift card for every $100 spent.
Find value at Blain's Farm & Fleet.
To everyone who appreciates a handcrafted meal, are you ready for a taste of Wisconsin?
Butterburgers cooked fresh, just the way you like.
The way you love.
Definitely love.
And our thick and creamy frozen custard,
we make it for you all throughout the day.
All day.
All day, every day. Put it in the extra work and not cutting corners.
Takes a little longer.
But it's how we've always done it at Culver's. Because making your meal with care shows how much we care.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Cedar Creek now offers Trackman golf simulators, so real you'll think you're there. Trackman uses Doppler radar to improve your game shot after shot and lower your score. Golf some of the most iconic courses in the world. Sign up today. Winter leagues start in January. Tee times booked online only. The season continues.
Israeli forces are pushing deeper into one of Gaza's most populated cities, hunting for the masterminds of the October 7th terror attack that left more than 1,000 Israelis dead and as many captured as hostages.
But there are worldwide protests calling for a ceasefire as the number of Palestinian civilian casualties continuously rises. Natalie Brand has more details from Washington.
Hundreds demonstrated outside the U.S. Embassy in Jordan, demanding support for a ceasefire between Israel and Hamas. But the U.S. opposes a UN Security Council resolution calling for an immediate end to fighting.
The situation is simply becoming untenable.
The United States instead is pushing for humanitarian pauses.
We do not support calls for an immediate ceasefire. This would only plant the seeds for the next war, because Hamas has no desire to see a durable peace, to see a two-state solution.
But the Biden administration wants more done to limit civilian casualties. Secretary of State Antony Blinken told Israel they're still too high.
There does remain a gap between exactly what I said when I was there, the intent to protect civilians,
and the actual results that we're seeing on the ground.
In southern Gaza, Palestinians tried to rescue people from the rubble of a building hit in an Israeli airstrike. One man said, "What is left? Where can we go?" Israeli defense forces in the region are closing in on an area considered to be a Hamas stronghold, a key target since the October 7th terror attack.
We're gathering tonight at a time of deep pain.
As Israel celebrates Hanukkah, the Jewish state prays for those still missing. A menorah with 138 candles burned for each of the hostages believed to still be held hostage by Hamas. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Washington.
Hunter Biden, son of President Joe Biden, is now indicted on 9 counts related to his taxes. A 56-page indictment from a California grand jury lays out charges that include failure to pay taxes, filing false tax documents, failure to file taxes, and tax evasion. The president's son is accused of avoiding payment of at least $1.4 million in taxes to the IRS. The taxes have since been paid.
If you willfully fail to file your tax returns, willfully defraud the IRS of certain amounts of money, and claim deductions that you are not warranted, that is a crime. So these are serious charges.
The indictment alleges Hunter Biden spent the money on drugs, escorts, and girlfriends, luxury hotels, and exotic cars. He already has pleaded not guilty to felony gun charges in Delaware. Biden's attorney issued a statement saying that if his client didn't have Biden as a last name, he wouldn't have been charged in either case.
Scammers are stealing people's personal information through QR codes.
More about what to watch out for after the break.
And grab the winter gear because we do have snow and some colder temperatures on the way this weekend, kind of back to where we should be. I'll break down if that has any travel impacts and whether those chilly conditions next week will continue. All that coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
Become a better you with the help and support of the Y. Whether you're training for a 5K, looking to gain strength, or lose weight, we are here to help. You can be stronger and living better through the help of the Y. Stop by the Y today or visit our website to learn more.
At Batteries Plus, we bring power to your life. Can your car battery survive another winter? Come to Batteries Plus for a great selection of auto batteries, battery testing, and installation.
We're celebrating 100 years of business here at Wesco and Sparta. 100 years of furniture, 100 years of appliances, 100 years of mattresses, 100 years of flooring and windows. We'd like to say thank you to our customers by giving up to 23% off everything in the store. Wesco and Sparta, where white glove delivery and setup are always free. Thank you from 1923 to 2023, and tell them Peyton sent you.
My doctor says I need an MRI, but where do I go? They're so expensive.
Sensible MRI costs a few hundred, not thousands. You could fill your fridge for a year with what you save. We can get you in the next day. Think of what you could do with the time you'd save. What do you have to lose? At Sensible MRI, you choose the time, you save the money, and you rest easy having your doctor refer you to Sensible MRI.
It's a robotic money expert.
Clever. How do I start a savings habit?
Famous cabbage.
Savings habit.
Shaving rabbits.
Tech can make life simpler, but when it comes to savings habits, nothing's as simple as BMO. A BMO savings account helps you build the habit with a cash reward every month you save.
Cash reward? Ingenious.
Sardine Fest.
This year's top prize goes to BMO.
I'm just in it for the saving, but it's nice to be recognized.
BMO.
Become a better you with the help and support of the Y. Whether you're training for a 5K, looking to gain strength, or lose weight, we are here to help. You can be stronger and living better through the help of the Y. Stop by the Y today or visit our website to learn more.
You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
The Federal Trade Commission has issued a warning about scammers using QR codes to steal personal information.
QR codes are used for everything from viewing a menu at a restaurant to paying for items with your phone. The FTC warns that scammers are sending QR codes by text or email under false pretenses, such as the need to reschedule package delivery or a notification of suspicious activity.
Scanning those codes could steer unsuspecting victims to fake websites, which could allow scammers to install malware that steal personal information.
We've started to see where scammers will make their own maybe QR code sticker and put it on top of the legitimate QR code. And so you think you're scanning a legitimate one, but it's actually a fake.
The FTC recommends consumers not scan a QR code in a message they weren't expecting. Instead, you should reach out to a verified contact at the company directly.
The FTC also has these tips to protect your personal data. Inspect the URL of the QR code before clicking on it, strengthen your security by updating your phone's operating system, and use strong passwords and two-factor authentication for your accounts.
We've got to stay on our toes these days,
Yeah,
for sure.
I know.
Well, it's been very pleasant for the region, but it will eventually look like winter, we promise you, and Greg Barnhart has got the latest for us.
It definitely will look like winter tomorrow afternoon about this time, too. Once again, we do have some winter weather on the way. Not a lot. Most of the alerts you look like to the west are really in the Dakotas with the snow. That's the snow that eventually is going to reach us, but we're not going to see much in the way of impact. There's one winter weather advisory up towards Rhinelander for some snow that they'll get mainly tomorrow afternoon. But otherwise, we shouldn't see too many issues. But we are going to see the snow on Saturday, more in the afternoon for La Crosse and areas to the south and east. Eau Claire will probably see it earlier in the morning, too. And once again, further north you go, the better shot you'll see of the snow. Otherwise, Sunday looks actually not too bad. Colder, but not too far off where we should be. Just will be fairly dry with plenty of sun by the afternoon. We do have rain tonight. Really, it's for Prairie du Chien, Boscobel, Vokesfield, further east, and even get moderate rainfall as you go towards southern Wisconsin. This lifts up to the north, but generally stays east and then rotates up. So most of the rest of the area, as you wake up tomorrow morning, will be fairly still mild, above freezing with a west wind, but we won't see much in the way of precipitation. So clear in those areas up there. Probably not going to see any rain overnight. It's going to be the snow once the cold front gets through. We'll start seeing that begin to spread some snow showers, maybe a little mix in the beginning through the area. And once again, this is more for northern areas of La Crosse as you go further north, that they'll see more in the way of coverage of the snow, but that still continue in the afternoon. The winds will start picking up behind the front, and as you notice, the temperatures overall for most of the day are above freezing. They will start to fall closer to freezing in the afternoon, late afternoon, probably evening hours, and that's when maybe some of the roads could get a little slick with some refreezing, and that'll continue overnight as the snow basically winds down. The winds will still continue Saturday night, and the temperatures will begin to fall. So that's what we're looking at. Not a lot of snow, but it is something to keep in mind of. Less than an inch, maybe not much at all as you go further south, north of La Crosse and up to the north, maybe a ½ inch, maybe spots a little bit more than that. But this would be more like afternoon, evening when it could be an issue. Otherwise, a lot of this probably will just make the roads wet because the temperatures will be above freezing. So kind of laying it out. Some light rain tonight for south areas. Cloud cover still mild for most of the rest of the area. All areas look to be starting Saturday fairly dry. It's going to be late morning till we start seeing some of the snow come in. Showers will spread across the area. Winds will start picking up northwest behind that front. Better coverage of the snow as you go further north. And the temperatures, like I said, should stay above freezing until we get to the evening hour. And then overnight, you could see some slick spots. Just depends on moisture on the roads, if it refreezes, any snow. Better shot if you go further northeast for that. Overall, next week, the pattern really stays fairly quiet. We have a system to the north, a system to the south, and eventually the winds turn around to the south towards the later half of next week. We'll see if this system actually pulls up north, but the one thing you'll notice is the winds turn around to the south. So although we're going to cool down, we got another warm-up probably coming as we go up next week, the end of next week. We'll see if we can hit 50 again. But for tonight, still fairly mild. Rain as you go further south and east of La Crosse. All the other rest of the areas probably cloud cover overnight with still fairly mild temperatures above freezing. Snow comes in a little bit early up to the north late morning. Areas to the south probably towards noon or early afternoon. The winds will start picking up in the afternoon, and we will see the light snow off and on throughout the time frame. And then we go into Sunday. That's probably going to be the coldest day of the period. around freezing or just thereof, and then for the rest of the week we start climbing kind of back up to the 40s towards the end, with maybe some unsettled weather coming towards the end of next week. But all in all, for the next 7-10 days, we don't really have a significant weather system, and we don't have any big cold outbreaks coming either. So that looks to continue. It could continue all the way to Christmas. We'll keep an eye on that.
Well, I hate to say it, you might have to spend your birthday inside tomorrow.
I know.
With this overcast weather
That's
and
all
possible
right.
rain.
We've been treated the last couple of days, so I think it's
yes,
fair.
you have.
All
That's
right.
a good attitude.
Greg, thanks very much. Coming up next in sports, conference clashes on the court tonight. Plus, a Holman grad is on his way to the Big Apple for the next chapter of his big league career. Rob is up next.
Energy efficient windows with beautiful new wood trim installed by skilled carpenters. Contact the Board Store Home Improvements today for a prompt free estimate. High quality at lower prices.
Save big money on your next painting project now at Menards. Pittsburgh Grand Distinction Interior Paint is a premium paint and primer with excellent durability and comes in over 701 coat colors. A gallon is $34.87 after $5 mail-in rebate. Add a pop of color to your home with Paramount Interior Paint. It provides the most advanced protection and true one-coat coverage. A gallon of Paramount Flat Interior Paint is only $44.98. Plus, a Menards gift card is always a great gift idea.
No matter what kind of store you visit, no matter what kind of tobacco you ask for, it's illegal to sell tobacco products to anyone under 21. So remember to bring your ID. It will get checked. Because in Wisconsin, 21 means 21, no matter what.
I've been helping people get out of debt for many years, and I know this, that consolidation loans and moving debt around isn't the best way to do it. Think of your debt as a pile of garbage. If you move it from here to here, guess what? It's still a pile of garbage. We might be able to make it smell sweeter with a lower rate or a lower payment, but it's still garbage. You need a garbage disposal to get rid of debt. Come see me, I'll help you install one.
Now is the perfect time to save at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota. You'll find store-wide sale prices and we'll pay the sales tax. Drury's makes it easier than ever to furnish your home with top-quality name brand furniture. And right now, you'll save with store-wide sale prices and we'll even pay your sales tax. Don't miss this incredible offer. Store-wide sale prices and we pay the sales tax. It's only happening for a short time at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota. Voted your favorite furniture store.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now's Rob Schiff.
Back in July of this year, Holman grad and former UWL Eagle Taylor Colway got the call he was waiting for, a trip to the big leagues. And now the next chapter of Colway's journey is official. The former Viking will be heading to the Big Apple to join the Mets. Colway signing a minor league contract with a trip to spring training guaranteed. In 124 games for the Padres AAA affiliate, Colway batted .276 with 11 homers last season. He made his debut with the Major League club back in July, getting his first big league hit that night. Infield single in the top of the sixth. Colway wound up going 2 for 13 in 5 games for the Padres. But now it's off to New York. We'll definitely be sure to follow his journey as the season draws near. The Wisconsin volleyball team is just one win away from punching its ticket to the Final Four in Tampa next week. Badgers took care of Penn State on Thursday night in 4 sets. Now their regional final matchup is all set for Saturday night. It'll be Wisconsin taking on Oregon at the Fieldhouse in Madison. All the action begins at 7. The winner will head to the national semis next Thursday. On to the pros. The Timberwolves are the hottest team in the league. Minnesota has the longest current winning streak in the NBA at 5 games. Wolves will look to make it 6 in a row tonight when they head to Memphis to take on the Grizzlies. Minnesota comes into this one with the best record in the NBA at 16-4. Wolves took care of the Spurs at home on Wednesday night. We'll see if they can keep on rolling tonight in Memphis. On the ice tonight, the Wild are back at it, looking to start a new winning streak. Minnesota had its 4-game winning streak snapped last night in Vancouver. Wild getting shut out by the Canucks, but Minnesota right back at it. Puck drops in about an hour and a half from now in Edmonton.
Your play of the week brought to you by Gunderson Health System, helping you love how healthy feels.
All right, our play of the week is back, and we're going to start with Tamarian Henderson. Look at this. Step back. Love that. Doing his best James Harden impression. Love to see it. Let's take one more look at it. And this is coming off, Ken, you know about this. He was coming off of an injury. He was injured during the football season, so it's good to see him back on the court, dropping some buckets. Another busy night on the hardwood tonight. One of the area's biggest rivalries adds another chapter. On the girls' side, Riverhawks and Hilltoppers clashing in Onalaska. Toma heads to Aquinas to take on the Blue Golds. On the boys' side, a big battle in the Scenic Bluffs Conference. Two undefeated teams going at it as Royal host Cashton. And in the Dairyland Conference, another big one, Whitehall hosting Melman. So we're starting to get these conference teams going at it pretty quick. The season just started, so
absolutely
nice to see some good competition before Christmas.
Absolutely, and a nice local tie. You know, if the Brewers weren't going to get them from the Padres, it's nice that the New York Mets are grabbing Taylor Colway.
I'm excited.
So now we have a reason for you to be live streaming some Mets footage and get it in the 10 o'clock sports.
He'll be in every show. I mean, if he gets a hit, obviously, if he does well, hopefully he does well.
Yeah, because we were so excited because he got a call up later in the season last year when the Padres were kind of fizzling out, not really living up to what the Padres thought they were going to accomplish, but we saw him knock his first big league hit on that infield single.
It counts.
Yep.
And it was funny, that first one came against Dalton Varsho, who's
That's right, another Wisconsin native. So slowly, Wisconsin is creeping into the MLB ranks. And a UWL grad as well. So
sure is.
Congrats to Taylor Colway. Thanks, Rob.
Sounds good. All right, we'll be right back after this.
See the stories you missed or watch them again on our YouTube page. Or find us at news8000.com.
Did you touch the thermostat? Did you turn it up?
Of course not. Did somebody fiddle with the thermostat?
Dude, it's 85 degrees.
85? Do you have any idea what a couple degrees will do to our gas bill?
Why is it so hot here?
Someone turned up the heat.
What do you think you're doing?
I like to sleep with my window open.
You are not supposed to touch a thermostat.
Are record energy costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? With inflation rising at record levels and incomes not keeping pace, you might be one of tens of thousands of Wisconsin residents who are struggling to survive in the blistering heat of summer or the bitter cold of winter. While you haven't asked for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to face the challenge of living without heat or power or face homelessness. For a hand up, apply today and call 1-800-506-5596. That's 800-506-5596. Or visit www.kwwf.org.
All right, we'll have snow moving in late morning or early afternoon, depending on location. Mostly wet roads, but could get some slushy spots as we go towards tomorrow evening and night when the temperatures do fall down. Otherwise, a kind of a chilly Sunday compared to what we've had, and then the next week looks fairly decent, and maybe even 40s coming back towards the end.
There we go, little 40s on the back end.
Yeah.
And from all of us, we'd like to wish you a happy birthday weekend.
Happy birthday,
Enjoy
Ken.
it.
Thank you so much. Hey, we'll see you at 10.